Yo, it's the Hyphenate, and here we are with another Berra video. I was hoping not to make any other Berra video up until either we resolved the situation or I came and told you guys that there was no resolution and it is what it is and the video stays up. But I just found Steve Berra's burner YouTube account, a fake account that he uses that's not his real name, and he's commenting, saying lies about me on the Berrics comments of the Berrics videos, where many of you guys have been very supportive and mentioning me on the Berrics videos. He's replying to comments there, talking trash about me and making up lies. And the crazier thing about that is that I actually found that he's used that same account, that same burner YouTube, to actually troll me on my other videos for the past 5 months on my YouTube channel. All right, so right now it's midnight, Monday, January 16th. And the comments are still up on YouTube. Now, if he deletes his account or deletes those comments, then you might not be able to see them, but I got screenshots of them already. And Steve Berra's burner YouTube account is at Phenn, P-H-E-N-N, forever spelled P-H-O-R-E-V-R 1545. So Phenn Forever 1545. Now, in a moment, I'll read what's being said currently from that YouTube channel. But I recognize that username because it stood out, Phenn Forever. I was getting trolled in August on my Hyphenate channel, which is the same channel, but I didn't have any content about the Berrics. I was still at the Berrics. I was actually still active at the Berrics at the time, working on the caffeine shows. So here's how I know that this account belongs to Steve Berra. Everyone calls me Hyph, which is short for the Hyphenate. Now, my old hip-hop artist name was not just the Hyphenate. It actually used to be Joe E, so J-O-E, the Hyphenate. That was my username across all my accounts, including my Berrics account, which is where I won that contest in 2008 from the Berrics. And so when I went to Battle at the Berrics Finals 1 in 2009, that's when I met Berra, and he knew me from my username, Joe E, the Hyphenate, and he would just call me Joe. And anytime he would see me after that, when I would go skate the Berrics, or when I ran into him years later at an event, a DC event, by the way, he actually tweeted me, "Hey, Joe, nobody has ever called me Joe. Even my real name is Joey." And so, if anything, some people who really know me close call me Joey, but no one ever calls me Joe. So there's a comment on the Berrics YouTube channel on their latest video, Best of 2022, from a guy named Joseph Tani. "Yo, why did you do my boy the Hyphenate dirty? If you're wondering what I'm talking about, check out his video." Now, this Phenn Forever 1545 burner account from Berra, which I didn't know was Berra until I read this comment just a few hours ago. If you guys know the real story, you wouldn't be supporting Joe. And he's always spelled it J-O-E with a lowercase e. On my tweets, whenever he talks about me, that's always how he would text me. And then he continues, "Nothing went down the way he said it did. Not once did he show any sort of proof in his video," which, again, as I mentioned, I'm saving as ammo when I need to bring it out. "And all of you took his word for it. Come on, man. He's just a mad 36-year-old who did all this for clout." I'm not 36. He got paid back, by the way. No, we settled on the caffeine shows, but I did not get paid back anything. You guys gave me a laptop on the caffeine shows to settle. But for everything else that happened, I did not get paid back, especially the studio. He continues, "He didn't spend anywhere close to 10K like he said he did." Here is a folder filled with receipts. Now, I'm not going to show you guys the receipts because it has a lot of my personal information, like cards and stuff like that. But this giant folder that has at least 40 pages, no, maybe 30 pages, identical copies that the general manager got and the bookkeeper. Literally every single receipt. I'll read you guys some of the expenses. Best Buy, LG 4K TV and SanDisk 2 terabyte hard drive, $1,094.97. Bob's Furniture, square marble table, which is actually the table that's here right now in the studio. Again, I never got reimbursed for the studio, so that gear remained in my ownership. So when I left the Berrics, I brought it with me. But this desk, which they were originally supposed to pay me back for, $220.51. Sony a6600 camera and Sigma 56mm lens, $1,911.88. Literally, a stack of receipts on everything you can imagine. Every cable, every wire, everything from that studio is all accounted for here, and the Berrics has identical copies. The grand total for everything $9,179.37 for everything. Almost 10 grand worth of gear. Berra, go ask your employees. They got it. Now, all my emails and screenshots, text messages, video recordings, audio recordings, etc. I have all that on my computer, and I don't need to show that in this video, but a lot of the team at the Berrics already knows that I have it. I've shown a lot of the content, the footage to them. So there are quite a few Berrics employees who've already seen a lot of these recordings that I've talked about. They know I'm not playing. And in case you haven't, Berra, you can go ask them. Now back to the burner account. Now you might be wondering, oh, well, how do you know that's Berra? There's nothing really pertaining to it really showing that it's Berra besides the fact that he's the only person in this world that's ever called me Joe. There's another comment on the Berrics YouTube channel from a few days ago, Jack W8437. His comment was, where's clips of the Hyphenate? This is where Berra outs himself. The same YouTube account, FenForever1545, comments, we took them down. No one liked them, and the numbers they put up were awful. Joe, again, same name that only he's ever called me, was like a little cousin running around doing all these things we did not approve or care for. No, I did not go and kick the bookkeeper out of her office space and put her to a different part of the Berrics and take over her room for my studio without your approval. You gave me that approval. I did not go reach out to brands and get this gear without your approval. You gave me that approval. The contracts with the 2 podcasts and 3 gaming videos per week was approved by you. Then he continues, he's bitter because he's unsuccessful at 36, again, not 36, and is still putting out content a could do better. Talking trash, the same way he did on the ambush on Friday. A lot of insults, not enough substance. Now again, those are comments from today. Now let me take you back to 2022 when this account was trolling me. Sometime in August, I started getting trolled on one of my videos. It's a video that's on this channel about me talking about going on tour with only $35 when I was super broke and just risking it with no money and taking merch and surviving through the tour by selling my merch. Now, this same YouTube account, Fen Forever, commented cap, saying I was lying about my story of going on tour with $35. I wrote back, no cap. You can ask the team I went on tour with. Fen Forever replies, I did, bro. They said it wasn't true. So what's the real story? I replied, I just talked to them. They said you never talked to them. Do you even know who I was on tour with? List them out if you ain't capping. Now, it was pretty clear that that account was trolling me, so I just deleted the comments and then I blocked that user. Now, I don't mind constructive criticism or calling me out on something that you have an opinion about if you can give me some type of rationale on what I could improve or what I could do better. If there's something constructive, I'm all for it. But when people are just trolling me just to troll, I block them instantly. Now, I deleted the comment and I blocked that person. But before I did, I actually screenshotted those insults because I actually thought it was another person. I had taken some photos with some girl and she had this dude who was pretty obsessed with her who saw the photos of me and her, and that dude started trolling me. And I had to check him and it stopped and that was it. This was like a few weeks before this happened. So when this trolling came on, the demeanor was actually very similar. So I assumed it was that person. So I screenshot it, which I have the screenshots right here. And I sent it to the girl and I was like, yo, that dude's still running his mouth. But today when I saw that Fen Forever comment on the Berrics YouTube channel, talking trash about me, calling me Joe, I was like, man, Fen Forever, why does that sound familiar? I clicked on the account to see their profile on YouTube. It shows that their account was made about 5 months ago, and it clicked. I was like, that's the same person. I clicked on the options to see if this account was the same one that had been blocked, because when you actually go on YouTube, you can click on the options, and you can either block someone or unblock someone. And sure enough, when I clicked on the options, it gave me the option to unblock this account. And sure enough, it's the same account. I have the username here. Now, when I first screenshotted it, it said Fen Forever with no @ symbol. And that's because just recently, YouTube updated their accounts where now they have @ for their handles for your username. And when YouTube rolled this out, they automatically gave you an @ with the same username you have, but they added just random numbers at the end. So when you look at the screenshots in August when Berra's just trolling me, now knowing it's Berra, the account just says Fen Forever without the @ and then now the account has the @ symbol Fen Forever 1545. Again, the random numbers that YouTube attached. And again, it showed when I went to this account that that account had already been blocked. So Berra, what are you doing, bro? Why months ago when things were chill and cool, were you trolling my YouTube channel, man, with a burner account? And here you are today commenting, lying again, even though you just said on Friday you were not going to be lying and you weren't going to be saying things to people. Like, come on, bro. This is getting childish. I sent you a message on Saturday when you canceled our meeting. I gave you an option on how we can resolve things. If you're down, let's resolve it. Let's move forward. Message me by tomorrow. Let me know, like, do you want to resolve things? Yes or no? If not, cool. Still, we can go our separate ways, but the videos stay up. You want to work something out? You want to make right by me and by the skate community that's been supportive of my journey, which thank you to all of you. And let's show that you are really willing to make things right. Hopefully, this is the last Berra video I make up until we either resolve or I announce we didn't resolve. One more time, I want to say thank you to everyone who's been so supportive. Today, now it's Monday morning, but earlier when the second video dropped, so many skateboarders in the industry that I've actually loved and looked up to have reached out and said thank you and have been very morally supportive. Like, that just means the world to me. Let's put a stop to all this that's happening in the industry, man. And Berra, man, like, let's just make things better and hopefully, you know, you conduct business better with everybody else moving forward.